It's a new signing video, an almost new signing video. And you expected to see Hal. I am here for this one. Hal is busy. So am I, but I'm here. The deal for Luke Thompson is very, very close, apparently. So we had to jump on here and do a little bit of a video. However, I don't know too much about Luke Thomas, I'll be honest. I've been calling him Luke Thompson a lot today, and that's because I've got two friends that are called Luke Thompson. So I'm going to try not to call him Luke Thompson. I'm trying to call him Luke Thomas. And here today with me is Jack from the Final Whistle podcast. Leicester fan. How you doing, mate?
I'm right, Nick. How are you, mate?
Yeah, very good, thank you. We're all very, very busy, so let's get straight into it, mate. So, Luke Thomas, what can you tell me about him?
He's a fullback, England international. Plays for Leicester, and quite a few teams have been after him this summer. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm very happy about it as well because I've seen that Leeds are after him, and Leeds seem to be after everyone that we sign, which I'm very happy about because it used to be the opposite way around back in the day. Leeds always used to sign players from us and players that we were interested in. So it's great to see. It's great to see. So you've just said he's a full back. He's a left back. We will be deploying him as a left wing back if this deal does go through because that's what we play. I have heard bits and bobs about him that he's not particularly an attacking wing back if he is to play wing back. So what are his attributes to you? What do you think his attributes are from watching him?
His attributes are that he can attack, he can go forward. He's quite good at that. When it comes to like downfalls and that with Luke Thomas, out of position all the time, not really good defensively, to be fair. Like I say, it's better attacking than defending. But he's still young. Still learning, But yeah, it's a mixed bag when it comes to Luke Thomas regarding Leicester City fans. Some rate him, some don't, and some are in the middle with it. You know what I mean? But with Leicester, they want to get quite a few players out the door this window. Obviously, it's come to now where there's only a few days left. But yeah, Luke Thomas is one of them where if you can play him in the right system, then he'll be good for it. But I think Maresca's system doesn't fit in well, or he don't fit in at all. So I think it's the case that Leicester would either want to send him out on loan, but with regarding Leeds, Leicester are not going to sell to a championship rival. So I think Sheffield United, you'd say, is in more favour of actually getting him in.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that because we've just gone and sold Sander Berge to Burnley, which was probably a silly thing to do, and what you're saying is probably what we should have done. But it's a bit weird him not getting into your side, but then him going possibly on loan to a Premier League club. Why is he not getting in your side?
It's because Maresca doesn't play with fullbacks, does he? You know what I mean? Maresca likes to play the Man City way of football, where they'll start with a 4 and then go into a 3. Do you get what I mean? And then that basically takes out the left back and right back situation. He don't feel that's influential to him. He prefers to play 3 at the back and bring that extra. Say Ricardo Pereira, obviously he's a right back, isn't he? But I think Maresca's now making him play that style of football of playing that extra midfielder, sort of attacking midfielder. So I think that's something Maresca wants to play. Obviously, Man City play quite a lot. So he's looking to bring that sort of versatile football to like Leicester City and use it in the Championship. So obviously it's been successful, hasn't it? Last season when Man City won the treble, Maresca played a big part in that with Guardiola. So yeah, it's about trying new things with Maresca. But like I say, the whole versatile situation with Luke Thomas, obviously Victor Christensen's gone as well. We brought him in January. He's now gone to Bologna. He's another left back who's left the club this window on loan. So yeah, it looks like we're getting rid of our fullbacks. Obviously, Timothy Castagno, he left yesterday for Fulham for a fee of about £15 million. So yeah, I just don't think Maresca plays that way.
No, fair enough. And it looks like he's a local lad, born around Leicester. I'm assuming possibly Leicester City fan, played from 2008 all the way up to 2023 at the moment. 56 appearances, 1 goal. So you say, what sort of player is he getting forward then? Will he get forward and score goals? I know it says 1 goal on Wikipedia, but that doesn't always mean that normally. So has he chipped in with more goals, more assists?
I think with Thomas, he's a frustrating player to watch. You know what I mean? He's not like he's quick. He can run with the ball, but it's when it comes to like, do you know, like the one-on-one situation and all that, it's kind of like he's too weak. And he can offer a bit down that left-hand side going forward when it comes to that style attacking football. But he's had a handful of good games, to be fair. Obviously, the one when we played Liverpool at home a few seasons back, he pocketed Mo Salah. Not many people do that when you play against a player like Salah's calibre. Played well in the FA Cup final against Chelsea, played well against MK Dons, but that's only a few games in it. I just think with Thomas, he's a confidence player. It's about keeping with him with the consistency. And if you can keep him consistent and work with him and progress him as a player, I think you will have a player there. But I just think with Leicester at the minute, it ain't worked out for him at all.
No, he's only 22, as you've said earlier. He's really young. He's obviously played a lot of games for the England youth setup. 4 games in the under-18s, 4 in the 19s, 1 in the 20s, and 15 in the 21s, and that's right up to 2023. So he's looking like he may come to Bramall Lane on loan. Do you think this is something that we can turn into a permanent? And if we were to, how much do you think he would go for?
It's hard to say how much he's worth. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to put a price tag on him. I think quite a few of the loans that Leicester have put out, it's obviously clubs seem to have this obligation to buy thing, don't they? When we've got rid of Christensen today to Bologna, he's an obligation to buy for £30 million for Bologna in the summer, next summer. So I think that with Thomas, it's going to be a season-long loan. He's got a year left on his contract at Leicester. So I think this is where Sheffield United will be. It's like a test for Sheffield United. We'll trial him for the season, and if we like him, we'll buy him. If we don't like him, then he'll obviously go to play for another club if Leicester choose to not renew his contract. So I think it's something that Sheffield United will look at throughout the season. Obviously, your manager, he likes the good England youth players, doesn't he? So he's obviously worked with a few of them in the past. So I think it's something that your manager likes. So I think he'd offer quite a bit to that Sheffield United squad. But if I had to put a price on him, then I don't know, because England players seem to go for different amounts these days, don't they? If they're really good, then they'll set the bar for £60 million or whatever Declan Rice went for. And then you look at Luke Thomas, and it's how good he plays at Sheffield United and what Sheffield United feel that with Leicester, talking to Leicester, that how much they feel he's worth as well. So I think it'll be a decision that'll be made at the end of the season if Leicester then decide, say, you know what, we'll actually sell to Sheffield United, but it's got to be for the right price. I don't think it'd be a cheap option.
No, definitely not. And in the last 2 seasons, 17 games he played last season, 22 games the season before, 14 the season before that. He's not had a full season under his belt, has he? So do you think that's going to be something that might be his downfall for us this season in the Premier League?
He's been thrown at a deep end a lot at Leicester. It's been down to all these injuries that Leicester's had to James Justin, Ricardo Pereira, Timothy Castagna. Obviously, Dean Smith, Brendan Rodgers, they gave him the opportunity, you know what I mean? So last season, Rodgers felt that Thomas were the man. And obviously, with Harvey Barnes ahead, obviously, Harvey Barnes is not a track-back player, is he? You know what I mean? He don't offer that sort of game to his style of football. But when Thomas comes to this one-on-one situation, it's like teams double up on him, innit? And I think it's something that the left winger at Sheffield United, they've got to help him out, because he's one of them who can't do it on his own. He seems to get beat quite easily, and then he gets to the point where he's out of position quite a lot. And if he's out of position, then you guys have got to find that way to deal with defensively, and hopefully teams don't score against you.
Yeah, that's not what I like to hear, mate. I don't want to hear any of that. Yeah, we play 5 at the back, so we've obviously got 5 defenders at the back that can all cover for each other, hopefully. Is there any other positions that he's played for Leicester?
Just left back, I think.
Just left back. Yeah,
Just
fair enough.
back.
That's fine. We've got a lot of left backs. We'll let you go in a second, Jack, and we will talk about kind of the Sheffield, how he's going to fit into the Sheffield United system. But yeah, we've certainly got a lot of left backs, but he's going to be cover for the amount of injuries that we've got at the moment. So fingers crossed for him. Is he a player that obviously born in Leicester and played for Leicester all his career? Is he someone that you're going to watch out for next season? You don't care about him, do you, Jack? I get the feeling that you don't care about old Luke Thomas.
Do you know what? We can't really say nothing at the minute. We're in the Championship this season, so if you guys stay in the Premier League, then and Leicester do come up, then we'll obviously look out for him, and he'll get a reception from the Leicester fans for sure. But obviously, if we go up and you go down, then it's going to be an all different situation again, isn't it? So I don't know. You can't really answer that sort of question, is it? It's if we're both in the same division next season. So I think we can then talk about that sort of answer then.
No problem. That's fine. We might even get you on after he's finished his season-long loan, if that's what it is. So thank you very much, Jack. I will let you get off and do your recording as well, because I know you're a busy man tonight. So thank you very much. Go and check out, what's your podcast called again, Jack?
The Final Whistle. It's on YouTube. If you go and subscribe, then it'd be really much appreciated. So yeah, go check us out. The Final Whistle. We do all Leicester content, Championship content, and all that, even Premier League.
Excellent stuff. Now I'll let you go. Thank you very much, Jack, and I will see you soon.
Cheers, Nick.
Cheers, mate. Big thank you to Jack there for jumping on at last minute. Like I said, it was very, very much last minute. So I'll leave the link to Jack's podcast in the description after this video. So we'll go through some comments in a moment. As I just alluded to there with Jack, obviously the reason for this, it's not an emergency loan, but it feels like an emergency loan because Ben Osborne looks like he's got a nasty one. Max Lowe injured. I'm not sure to the extent of Max Lowe's injury, but with bringing in another left wing back, it looks like that's going to be a bit of a problem for Max Lowe. Reece Norrington-Davies, to be honest, I think all of us expected him to start this season because he had such a long time out with injury last season. And then we've got Yasser Larouci as well. I don't mind Larouci, but I think it just speaks volumes. It seems like Hecky doesn't trust him. That's the reason why he has gone in and tried to get a left wing back. And it's a left wing back that's not playing a lot of football recently. Let's have a little look at the last time he played a game of football. I've got to go down. It's on the bench, not in the squad, on the bench. So, yeah, the last time he played was the last Premier League game of last season in a 2-1 win over West Ham. Played 90 minutes as well. 90 minutes before that, 24, 15, 87. And as Jack alluded to, he has been thrown in the deep end quite a lot. So hopefully he gets a game at United and he plays for the majority of the season. A really, really young lad, 22 years of age, born in 2001. That is crazy. For a guy born in 1987, born in 2001 is crazy to say. Like I said earlier on, I don't know a lot about Luke Thomas, to be honest. Not watched him a lot. The most I know about him is I put him in my fantasy football team last season early on. He didn't do a lot for me, and then I took him out after about 3 or 4 weeks. So, yeah. Hopefully, he does really well for us, and I put him back in the side. But like I say, I'm not going to say I know a lot about Luke Thomas. I really don't. So I'll pop some comments on screen right now. Stuart Blade says, looks like a good addition. Like I say, this is not absolutely sewn up. Things could still happen. We still could go in for other players. I'm not sure how close this is, but it sounds very, very close. Someone's already put Thomas, not Thompson. Yeah, I know. He's got to be a starter in place of Larouci. Can't bring backups in. got to be starters. Absolutely, Danny. And I don't think for a second that he's coming in to be a backup to Larouche. I think a lot of United fans gave Larouche a bit of stick, mostly because of could say costing us a game against Man City, because if he puts that ball out of play, don't get me wrong, Man City can still score a goal, but they scored directly from Kyle Walker keeping that ball in, and Larouche just kind of fell to the floor, didn't they, and let Kyle Walker take the ball off him. It was almost like he was playing for that, for a bit of a dive and playing for a free kick, which we don't want to see at all. And after doing my research, it looks like this is one of the domestic loans, because my worry was, or not worry, it would have been a good thing if the domestic loans would have just been Premier League players, but it looks like it is Championship players as well. So that means that we wouldn't be able to bring in 2 Premier League domestic loans. That might mean that we don't bring McAtee in, but at the same time, I think we need to bring in desperately an attacking midfielder, or a sort of second striker, if you like, or even a striker, some attacking talent up the top of the pitch. Obviously, Archer may play tonight, McBurney may play tonight. They might have a lovely little connection up front against Lincoln. If I manage to get a stream for the game, I will do a match reaction to that too. Can't be as good as Larouche, the French Roberto Carlos. Obi-Wan, I'm totally with you there, mate. Tottenham ace James Maddison has recommended Leicester left back, Luke Thomas to Leeds boss Daniel Farker. All right, okay. Fins in. Luke Thomas is Leeds bound. Not sure about that, mate. We've literally taken all of your first choice players, and we're going to take this one as well, I reckon. He's only young, absolutely. Craig, no problem, mate. Can't be worse than Larouche. Poor Larouche. Poor Larouche. A left wing back is now crucial requirement due to injuries, Kyle is saying. I think you're right, mate. It's crazy. How many injuries have we had at left wing back? There's obviously Trusty that could play at left wing back. He's done that in the past. Jack Robinson can also play at left wing back. That is one of the reasons why I thought that we possibly wouldn't go in for a left wing back. But it looks like I'm being mistaken. Wasn't even just that mistake at the end. Larouche was, well, he definitely wasn't crap all game because he didn't start. Sorry. But I'll be honest, I think he adds a lot going forward, Larouche. I really, really do. But defensively in the Premier League, you're going to get found out if you're not good enough at the back. Wayne says, if he's played in the Premier League, then he's a starter, I reckon. And like Jack said earlier on, if you miss Jack, the Leicester fan, he did allude to the fact that the Leicester manager does not like playing out-and-out wing-backs or full-backs. So that's the reason why Luke Thomas is not playing. He's got a lot of haters by the sounds of it, or a lot of people that are frustrated by him, Luke Thomas. But at the same time, he's had some really, really good games in the Premier League as well. He said about him pocketing Mo Salah. So, yeah, hopefully we see a lot of that at Bramall Lane next season. Would you rather have Luke Thomas or that Fernandes who plays for Man United? Fernandes. I don't know who you mean. You're going to have to let me know. What's happening with Brewster? Still injured. Not sure, to be honest, John. Not sure about Brewster at all because it looked like he was on the way back. It looked like he may get some appearances off the bench in the first few games. However, it's all gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? So I think a lot of people are thinking that he possibly is injured again. I don't know. I will be honest, I don't know. But we've got McBurney back. We've signed Archer. The 2 lads that have been playing up front have done a really, really good job for the fact that they are so inexperienced at this level. So we've got a lot of attacking talent. We have. And I still really like Asula. I think if we'd have given him a few more games, he possibly would have got off the mark and then he would have gone on a bit of a run. But I don't think Asula's going to get the game time now. McBurney is back and now we've brought Archer in. Daniel is saying, good young player, Thomas. Defo not a backup, and I reckon will be a good addition. Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed, because we certainly do need to shore up that left-hand side. We've really, really struggled in that left-hand side ever since Jack O'Connell got injured. Jack Robinson is having a good season up to now. He obviously lost his man, Haaland, for the first goal against Man City, but I think Haaland has lost some of the best defenders in the world. So I don't think that is the worst thing in the world, losing the best striker in the world in the box. Seeing Luke Thomas in under 21s, he's fast but loses his way. I thought that I'd read a few bits and bobs about Luke Thomas, read some stats, and I thought he was more of a defensive wing back, should we say? But by the sounds of it, from a Leicester fan's mouth himself, he's saying that he's an attacking wing back. So that's what I think Larouci is as well. But obviously, Larouci is more inexperienced. Slimani back tonight. I'll be honest, Riley, I have not seen anything on Twitter. I finished work and I zoomed home and I did this video because we needed to, and the fact that Jack is recording very, very soon. So, like I said, I'm going to try and do a match reaction tonight. Wasn't able to get to the game, unfortunately, but hopefully we see Archer. Hopefully we see more of McBurney, because he was certainly fantastic against the best team in the world. And hopefully we see a little bit more from bit part players that haven't played as much football this season. Trusty, I think we all want to see Trusty. I think we all wanted to see him in the starting 11, but there must be a reason why Paul Heckingbottom is playing Jack Robinson over Trusty. So it'd be nice to see him. Obviously, Bash will get a game. I've got absolutely no doubt about that. Yeah, I don't know who else that's going to play. We've sent a few lads out on loan as well, so we'll have to wait and see. Louis Marsh's shirt I saw on social media was out there, so maybe Louis Marsh is going to start in this game. So let's see. I don't think there's any Henderson rumours, to be honest, mate. I think Wes shut everybody up, shut all his haters up in the last game with all his incredible saves. So no, I don't think we'll be looking at a goalkeeper. We are very, very close to the amount of players that we can sign up and kind of have playing Premier League football for us. So I don't think we're going to sign anyone that's not absolutely needed. Talking to your mate yesterday, Kurt Smith. Yes, I absolutely love Kurt Smith. He is a pig, but he is one of the nicest, genuine blokes in the world, John. Henderson's gone to Palace. Oh, right. Okay. There we go. Henderson's got to Palace. I've not seen that today. Apologies for that. Anyway, I think we're going to leave it there. Let us know in the comments or in the chat right now what you reckon the score's going to be tonight against Lincoln City. Hopefully, we're not going to do a Wednesday and go out to inferior opposition. But at the same time, let's see. Actually, let's just have a quick chat about Doyle, because Doyle is going to Wolves apparently for £5 million. Devastated about that. But at the same time, what we do need to think about is he's not gone to Wolves for 5 million, has he? Let's be honest. We wouldn't have got him for 5 million. It's only because of I think it's Nunez going the other way. So that's obviously one of the reasons why Wolves are going to agree to this deal, because Doyle is going to come that way for 5 million. And that's not a lot for Doyle, is it? I think that Doyle is worth at least 10 to 15 million. And I would have loved to have seen him at Bramall Lane next season, or this season, just because I love him. And I think he put in a really, really good shift last season. I think he probably would go in instead of Norwood, but I think at the moment, bringing in Hamer and also bringing in Souza, that has really bolstered that midfield, and it's very, very exciting going forward. So I understand the fact that we're not going to sign Doyle because we really, really need to prioritise the attack. We just do, don't we? But I think he would have been a really, really good player for us. I still think he is a bottom-end Premier League player to mid-table Premier League player. But who knows? He's still a young lad. He might just do a really, really good job for Wolves. Now, Wayne's gone for a 3-1 win tonight. Daniel, 3-1 win. Carl's gone for a 4-0 win. 2-0 win, Darren. Everybody's going for Blades wins tonight. So fingers crossed the Blades don't do a piggies and lose, like I said, to inferior opposition. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for everyone for joining me. Let me know in the comments what you think to this signing, because, yeah, I'm a little bit mixed right now, and I think I will continue to be mixed until I see him put on a red and white shirt and play for the Blades. It still could fall through, but at this moment in time, it looks like we are going to sign Luke Thomas on loan from Leicester City. Thanks for watching. See you next time.